So someone said to me in a comment the other day, why is it taking you so long to get the house sorted out? And if you've been watching my channel for a while, this kitchen situation scenario has been going on forever. And the problem started right at the very beginning. Where I'm standing now, which is my living room, used to be a bedroom. And the bedroom had the back door in it. Well, that was never, ever going to work for me. I'm from the UK. And the back door, near enough always, comes off either the kitchen or the living room. So for me, the living room is obviously the most important room in the house. It's where you spend most time. And it's where my view of the garden is. So to have the living room on the other side of the house and have a back door in a bedroom was never going to work for me. So what I actually did, this wall, I built this wall and I kind of replaced it near where it used to be, because this was 2 bedrooms and I knocked the wall down in between thinking that would be a great idea, only to discover 30 seconds later that it was in a massive room. It was about 26 feet long or something like that. And it was far too big and it was never ever going to be easy to heat. So I knew that I had to divide this room back up again. So I put this wall together, and it's just a partition wall, and created another space, which is what we're going to talk about. Created another space on that side of the wall, which is now my bedroom, and created a nice sized living room, which does work. But the kitchen used to be on the other side of the house, and it was in like a great room, which was like a dining room, kitchen or cooking room, and living room. It was the main room of the house. It's where the fire is, where the wood stove is, and it's where the guy that lived here before me traditionally would have lived. And these 2 rooms were bedrooms with a back door on it. So it all needed to change. And for me, I'm trying to make this house as economical as possible to run, and a nice place to be, a nice cottage feel, or a nice single, like 1 bed, 2 bed flat kind of feel. So I no longer use the upstairs. The upstairs is now a loft, if you like. This house is a big house. So yeah, I don't use upstairs. I've turned it into a loft. So it's now like a bungalow, or as I say, a 2-bedroom flat. So I'm going to talk you through an idea. I've got to address this idea. I've got to address this problem before the summer, because I've got a cat now, and Teddy now sleeps in what is like a hallway, which, yeah, it's not right. And this here, I always wanted the kitchen to be in this part of the house. So I'm going to have a little talk about that. But yeah, I'm going to show you on a drawing what my idea is, give you a little bit of history, if you like. I'm going to talk about a few bits and pieces in the greenhouse, if you're interested, at the end of this video. So yeah, just going to try and share what I'm thinking and what the issues are. So Teddy sleeps in that cabinet. I made a video a little while back showing you how I turned that cabinet into his bedroom, and he loves it, and it's been absolutely fantastic. Even now he loves it. And of a night time, I've got a heat mat hanging down the back of the unit, in between the wall and the back of the cabinet, and that cabinet is around 18 degrees while he's asleep in it. So he loves it, even though this hall area in the winter gets down to sort of 12 or 13 degrees. Inside that cabinet, he's toasty warm. So that's fantastic. But in the summer, the inside of the house is going to get up to 22, 23 degrees. And he is not going to want to sleep in a cabinet. It is going to be absolutely stifling. So he needs to sleep somewhere else. So really, he needs to sleep in the living room. And the problem with him sleeping in the living room is that I sleep in the bedroom, which is just off the living room, and I sleep with my bedroom door open. So he's not going to sleep in the living room. I'm going to sleep in there with my bedroom door open. He's going to be in there, and I don't want him on my bed. I do not want the cat sleeping with me. I know lots of people do, but Teddy's in farmland all day long, and he gets fleas, and he gets all sorts of bugs on him, and I don't want him on my bed. So before the summer comes along, I need to decide how I'm going to change this area around so that Teddy has somewhere to sleep and I have somewhere to sleep. So that means me, ideally, not being in that bedroom. But the problem with that is that bedroom is perfect that I've created. because it's got my wardrobe in there, it's got my chest of drawers in there, and it's nice and warm, easy to keep warm, and nice and quiet. It ticks every single box. So the situation I've got is because of the cat needs somewhere to sleep when it gets warm. So this did used to be my bedroom. If you watched my very, very first video, my bed was there somewhere, and I was comfortably sleeping in here, and I've insulated all these walls, so this is really, really toasty. It does get very, very cold. Obviously it's not heated, no need to heat it in the winter, and it is currently, well, it's currently 12 degrees, so it's not particularly warm in this part of the house. But yeah, this is part of the old, what was the old main room, the old great room, if you like, where the fireplace is, and where the guy used to live. But this is on the cold side of the house. So for a living room, that was never going to work for me. The living room needed to be looking over the garden. I can't believe he stayed in here. The coldest part of the house, it faces north. It was massive. Huge room, about 19 feet by 15 feet. Huge room. But there was quite a big wood stove in here, and it had the dining room table in the middle. Again, old school living. So I need to put my furniture, my bedroom furniture, back in here. But there's a bit of an issue. I'll show you on the drawing in a second. The issue is getting all my furniture in here, and I was never able to get all my furniture in here unless I was willing to put it up against an outside wall, which I never want to do. So I do have that space there behind that chair, and I could probably put my wardrobe against the outside wall. But that's a solid stone wall, and if the room gets nice and toasty warm and that wall is freezing cold, you're going to have condensation and you're going to have mould issues. Yes, you could insulate it, but that's just more expense. And yeah, I'm not insulating it anymore. Not at the moment. Maybe when funds allow, I'll do a bit more investigating into insulating the room. But insulating solid stone walls, not particularly easy without creating moisture problems. So the main issue for me of putting Teddy back in this living room is that my kitchen units are in here, and Teddy will climb all over the kitchen units if this was his room. He'd be in this room with me during the day when it's cold and raining. He's out most of the time, but over night time when he's sleeping in here, he's going to have free reign to just climb all over the kitchen units. So the kitchen needs to be sorted. The kitchen design and placement in the house needs to be sorted and decided upon, and that's really where I am now. I'm in a situation where I need to do that job before I can do that job, before I can do that job. So I'm in that situation where I need to empty out and get this living room ready for Teddy to start living in here, because yeah, as I say, come May, June, July, August, the house is going to get warmer and he's not going to want to sleep in that area out there. So I've got to decide on how the kitchen is going to, he's going to look. Right, so I've got the whiteboard out. I know some of you love the whiteboard and some of you hate it. But anyway, this is an easy way for me to explain to you what I'm thinking. So this is my empty bedroom. And this is my bedroom at the moment. And my bed is sort of there somewhere. And my pillows are there. This is the living room. And there's the living room door. There somewhere. Bedroom door there. Somewhere. Kitchen sink is in my living room. There somewhere. And this space here. Now this wall, the bedroom door is about here somewhere. Teddy's bed is about here somewhere. Maybe a bit further up. And this wall here used to run along here. And what I did was knock this wall down. There's a video. I'll put some links to some videos you can go and have a look. So I knocked this wall down and I created this area here for one of my kitchen units to sit in, and it fits absolutely perfect. Snug as a bug in a rug. And this area is finished. It's nicely tongue and grooved, painted. I've got my extractor fan above it. And at the moment, I've got this unit in the living room. It's here somewhere. Which, as I say, although nice in the winter, to sort out my food, prepare my food, yeah, it's not going to be any good to have Teddy in here. So at the moment I've got my fridge and my oven here. My fridge is there and my oven is there. And this works absolutely perfectly because when I cook my evening meal, it heats up this area, and that goes down to the bathroom, which is down there. Bathroom door's there, and it heats this area. So when the house is really, really cold, not that it is, this room gets really, really cold, and my stairs are there, understairs, and there's a door to the stairs there, and there's a cupboard, understairs cupboard door about there, which I'll talk about in a second, because a lot of this is made awkward because of this. So this is cold. This is where my storage racks are, where I've got my tools, etc. Talk about that in a second. So yeah, the oven being in the middle of the house is absolutely perfect because the smells, because I could put the oven in the living room and have like a living room, dining room, kitchen situation, but I don't want that. So yeah, the oven heats this part of the house, and this part of the house is also heated by leaked heat from the living room. So this area is kind of perfect for the kitchen, although there's no window to the outside world. But there's definitely going to be a compromise in this situation. My sink is here. My sink actually did used to belong on this side of the wall. This area here used to be two doors. In between, there used to be a wall going across here. There used to be a bedroom door here and a bedroom door here somewhere. But I knocked this wall down and I rebuilt it further back, a couple of feet back. So because this works, this area needs to be, because where the oven is works, it has a double function of helping keep the house warm, plus obviously somewhere to cook. So what I want to do is get these units out of the living room and have a better kitchen situation going on here. So I'm going to put, the fridge doesn't work there. If this is my bedroom, this becomes my bedroom, the fridge backs onto it and I can hear that in the bedroom. So I don't want the fridge backing onto this wall, even though I do want the oven to be there. So my idea is to put my big kitchen unit back here where it used to be, and it used to function perfectly. Big kitchen unit there, an oven on top. And then this area here, I've got two racks in my storage area, and I've got a door, my door is there somewhere. And my idea is to take some of this space here to put the fridge in. And I've got a small kitchen unit, which does actually, it did actually, when I first had the kitchen set up, not long after I arrived, I did actually have my small fridge and a unit in this space, and it went right up to the edge of the door to my understairs cupboard. Now this door is a right nuisance. I'll talk about it in a second, because yeah, I'll talk about it in a second, but it's the way it's built makes it really, really difficult for me to change things around. So my idea is, I built this wall here before, not this winter, just gone, the winter before, and it done such a great job of keeping this area warmer because it separated it from the stairs. So my idea is, even though I've just built it, is to take the door frame out, knock out this bit of wall here, and then build it back this way, and then have a door there. Problem is, where this wall comes across, it's halfway through, or not quite halfway, but maybe 20% the way through this, where this cupboard door is. So I'm going to have to address this. So yeah, the idea is to put a wall, well, it'll probably be there actually, something like that, with the fridge away from the bedroom and a unit down the side. I've got a small unit that I used to keep my dustbin under. So this, I like the sink. I like the sink in the living room, but I probably could have either two sinks, or you know, or switch it back round. So my idea is to take this door out and this piece of wall on the left, and obviously above the door, and turn it through 90 degrees. Keep this window and then have the wall going back to this wall here. But as I say, this cupboard door is in the way. Now that is an absolutely freezing cold part of the house, and to insulate it is going to be a big job, and I haven't got the money to do it. Even opening that door on a chilly day lets freezing cold air, and it's just basically where I keep loads of old timber. So what I'm going to have to do here, let me just explain why this is a problem. This door, I'm not going to be able to see it. Basically, the door frame goes up, and it's like a 4x2. It's not quite 2 inches thick, but it goes up, and this wall is brick, 2-inch brick, and I've got a piece of timber top of the door frame here, which is like 4x2, just under 2 inches wide, and the bricks are built on top of that timber. So it's a right faff. But what I've decided to do is actually basically cut the door in half, keep half of it, and then this bit here I'll have to make wall, and then put my wall. Yeah, you'll be able to see. Put my wall halfway through the door. So I'm not going to lie, that is a faff. That is a proper faff. Not exactly sure how I can do it, and I've been thinking about it for years, and I'm just going to have to address it, because the space there, if I just show you, that space there where the door is and that little bit of wall there is big enough that I could keep my fridge in there and another worktop in there and have this area as a finished kitchen. So I've got to address that first, and it's something that I'm kind of dreading doing. It's one of those jobs, you'll see if you've watched my channel for a while, when I get jobs that are really complicated, they take me forever. They take me forever to get done. And the simple jobs, so all the simple jobs have been done. Do you know what I mean? And now I'm getting to the nitty gritty and actually making final decisions on where things should be. So yeah, this is a tricky job. So also, to make this my bedroom, I'm going to have to find somewhere to put, let's put the light on, to put my wardrobe. And I've talked about this before as well. That wall there with the door in it and the heater, from the end of that wall there to the edge of the hearth, the fireplace hearth, is 7 feet. And the door is slap bang in the middle. So I could put my wardrobe along that wall, but it means me moving the door. Now I would like to put the door or a doorway there, because that would give me line of sight. If you see the kitchen window, that would give me line of sight through there, and out through the bedroom window. And that would bring more light into the middle of the house. So I quite like that idea. So what I think I could do, because this is going to be quite tight to have all my furniture in here, is take out that door completely and have a sliding door. I've always liked the idea of, have you seen those sliding barn doors that you have like a metal cast iron or type metal rail, you know, exposed and looking quite rustic, and having a barn door there that slides, and maybe have that door out in the hallway and make a feature of it. Anyway, it's just an idea. Let me know. I'm pretty sure most people like that idea, because at the moment these types of doors, when you've got a cold room next to a warm room, they do actually help separate the heat differences. But a sliding door won't do that. But if this is my bedroom, then I don't really necessarily want it to get down, because this room has been down as low as 7 or 8 degrees in the depths of winter. So if there's a bit of leaked heat, I'm rambling. If there's a bit of leaked heat, it won't matter too much. So maybe a sliding door there might be good. So yeah, this is something. I mean, in the summer it won't matter. I can just take that door off and I can work through it as I do it. But for me, getting Teddy ready to sleep in the living room is my priority. So going back to my bike situation, I've really been hit hard by the sudden the sudden need to be fit to do all my mowing. This last week or so has been pretty tough on my body, and not being out riding over the winter, yeah, has sort of not done my fitness any good whatsoever. And I actually have a training stand for my red road bike, which I could, once I free up, well, I'll talk about this in another video, but once I free up my bedroom, that space there next to my living room could become a room where I've got my bike set up all winter, so I can actually keep fit when it's like freezing cold outside. I can actually have my bike set up and stay fit by, yeah, having my bike set up. So yeah, hopefully you're a little bit more clued up as to what I'm thinking. Got loads of things to do. I haven't actually touched my solar panel project. The weather's just not been good. Yesterday was horrific rain all day long, really, really heavy. The garden is absolutely saturated. But got some warm weather in the next few days, so maybe I'll get 1 or 2 of those solar panels on the wall. That's going to be a bit of a big job. So hopefully you're all clued up as to what I'm doing in the house. I know there's going to be someone leave a comment. Someone's going to say, why don't you just have Teddy sleep with you? I know someone is going to, because they always leave that comment. If you leave that comment, just I'll have you. Right, I'm just going to show you what I got up to in the rain yesterday. Well, in the greenhouse. So yeah, did a little bit. I'm going to try and have a little play in here every now and then. I sowed some lettuce. Didn't have any luck with my lettuce throughout the winter. I'm pretty sure it's because those trays didn't have enough holes in, and I put some more holes in the bottom. And I've sowed something called mesclun. Now, I don't know if it's a French thing, but mesclun is the salad mix that I buy in the supermarket. Anyway, I found it in seed form, random lettuce leaves, and hopefully I'll get good at growing lettuce, because I do buy a bag of it, at least 1 bag of it a week. So yeah, that's something I want to get good at growing. And I did some cuttings. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I've been taking some cuttings, and I generally just put them in a jar of water, and as time goes past, weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you do get, there is one there, I've just spotted something with some roots on. Yeah, one there's got some roots on, and they are either Verbena bonariensis or Penstemon. So yeah, I came out yesterday and I potted some up, and I haven't actually, Teddy's joining us. He likes to sit in bowls of mud for some reason, I have no idea. So yeah, I came out and I've potted up some more. I didn't actually have a lot, well, say a lot of luck. There's some previous cuttings that I've taken, and if you look closely, the leaves have gone like a pinky colour, and I'm not sure if that's from being overwatered or they don't like the compost that they're in. So what I did, I actually came out and dug up some soil from the garden, and I've done a mix of soil with compost and some sand for a bit of drainage, hoping that I'll find a recipe that they like. See, I'm not actually sure, I'll be honest, I'm not actually sure why those leaves have gone pink. If you know, let me know. Is it overwatering? Quite possibly, even though I've only been watered twice. Is it cold weather? Hasn't been super cold. Or is it the soil? Yeah, let me know if you know. So yeah, I've got some lettuce seeds on the go now, and hopefully I'll have some extra free. Everything in here needs to be free. Yeah, some free Penstemon and Verbena bonariensis, which are those tall plants with the purple flowers on the top. Look absolutely lovely, and the butterflies love them. So yeah, little update in the garden. Just quickly, while I'm here, my favourite plant in all of the world, my hot lips, Salvia hot lips, it's died, and I'm pretty upset about it actually, because that looked absolutely fabulous in that on that corner, and I'm pretty sure it's died because of the cold weather. So yeah, we had a week of around -6 degrees consecutively for 6 or 7 days, and I've got a feeling that being exposed on that corner has wiped it out. But I do have another one, which I showed you a couple of weeks ago. I've got one in the greenhouse. Anyway, this video has been a bit of a ramble, isn't it? It's always tricky to try and explain what I'm doing, or it's always tricky for me to try and explain what I'm doing in a video. It's not an easy thing to do. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'm going to, yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I've got a million jobs to do, and I'll probably spend the afternoon editing this. See you later.